What's up, people of the internet? My name is Dabacab, and what the fuck is this card? 2/118? Are you kidding me, Bob? What is this hero? We're going to talk about this newly revealed hero in today's video, so stay tuned. Alright, so Valve has been putting out card spoilers pretty frequently, and today, or I guess by the time this video has come out, it was yesterday, they have just revealed Tidehunter with the most insane stat line we have ever seen on a hero by far. Tidehunter has 2 health, or I'm sorry, 2 attack, making him as strong as a creep. I think it's actually the lowest attack we've seen by far. Oh no, Earthshaker also has 2 attack. He has 1 armor and 18 health. This guy is the tankiest tank who has ever tanked. He's like a howitzer. He's like a freaking hippo. Like, how do you kill this guy? He takes so much damage. He has armor on top of it. This guy is going nowhere. For better or worse, keep in mind that tankiness has its downsides. Because he's got such a massive, gigantic health pool, plus that 1 armor on top of that, means that once you put him in a lane, this is my home now. I live here now. You put Tidehunter in lane 1, he stays in lane 1 for the entire game, excepting things like coup de grace or other kill removal effects like that. But like Thunder God's Wrath, he's like, funny. Yeah, that's real funny. Is if you're gonna Thunder God's Wrath me, that doesn't do shit to me. So this guy is just an insane tank. And I think a lot of people are going to use this card in decks that want to stall, slow down the game, control the battlefield. Because if you put this guy down, he's going to soak up a bunch of damage. That's for sure. Is he good? Like, just because he's tough, does that mean he's like a good hero? That'll be, to be determined. But it's safe to say that a lot of players are going to be like, okay, I want a slow red-blue control deck. I'm going to put Tidehunter in because he can soak up so much damage. He's going nowhere, and he can help keep my towers alive. I think that's kind of an inevitability. All right, let's talk about his passive Ravage. This is a 4 cooldown activated ability that stuns his enemy neighbors and stuns all other. It has a 50% chance of stunning all other enemies in the lane. So this is an objectively better version than Earthshaker's passive. Both these abilities are on a 4-turn cooldown. Both of these abilities stun your enemy neighbors, but Ravage has the advantage of also giving you a chance to stun everyone else. It's 50-50 coin flip, but still, it's absolutely in every way better than Earthshaker's ability. It kind of makes you wonder why they didn't put it on 5 cooldown or more, just to make it a bit more balanced. But I guess they must see this stun effect as being more of a red color effect than a blue color effect, therefore red must be better at it. So I think that probably tells us that either AoE stunning or stunning in general, or locking down the enemy lane so they don't do anything, one or more of these must be a primarily red mechanic. It's possible that blue can dabble into it a little bit, but it's pretty clear that red is better at stunning an AoE or blocking, like preventing enemy damage, than blue is, based on these 2 active abilities. And then we have the Premier spell. And this is by far the weirdest Premier spell we have ever seen on a hero. Kraken Shell is a 1 mana spell that gives a red hero 1 armor. And it reads Get Initiative. We discovered through a confirmation tweet on Twitter when someone asked about this, how Get Initiative work. Basically what it means is, when you play a card with Get Initiative, it does not pass to the other player. It instead comes back to you, and you can cast another card after that. On top of that, after you are done with your turn, your like second turn after getting initiative, it then goes back to the other player and they have an opportunity to pass. So what that means, there's so much to talk about with this card. God, where do I even begin? What does this mean? So first of all, what this does is it allows you to combo 1 card into another card into another card, as long as they all read Get Initiative. So if you got Kraken Shell, you can do Kraken Shell 1, Kraken Shell 2, Kraken Shell 3, for example, all in 1 hero. And then after you cast all those, you could still play another card because you still have initiative. If there are other cards in the game, I mean, looks like a keyword. The way that the card is written, it's got the gold text and a special symbol. This must be a reoccurring mechanic that we see on other cards. So Actually, it may be the case that wombo combo decks are actually a possibility. At PAX, we saw the blue-black deck. The blue-black deck had Dimensional Portal, which spawned 3 things, and then you played Disciple of Nevermore. Now, the issue with that wombo combo is that there's a step in between playing the Dimensional Portal and Disciple of Nevermore where the opponent gets to play something. But with Get Initiative, you could potentially do, spell 1, spell 2, spell 3 before your opponent has any opportunity to react, and you play your crazy combo, and your opponent's like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So Get Initiative has incredible combo potential that can completely disrupt and surprise your opponent. The second cool thing about this card is that it can potentially trigger off of activated on spellcast effects. Like, for example, Zeus. Now, Zeus's ability only triggers off a blue spell, so you can't use this spell on with Zeus. But we can see how an interaction like this might play out. Let's suppose, for example, that we have a blue spell with initiative, and you've got Zeus. You could play the blue spell, play the blue spell, play a blue spell, play a blue spell. Zeus is like Zort, 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 and he could potentially wipe out, his enemy neighbors because of his passive. So there's a lot of potential with this. I'm hoping we'll have some sort of triggered on spell effect in red so that you could have that card in, like, let's suppose there's like a red hero. Every time you cast a red spell, you get +1 attack or something. So you put that plus Tidehunter in a lane, and then Kraken Shell, Kraken Shell, Kraken Shell, and the guy gets, all this extra attack. So that's another possible application for this Get Initiative mechanic, because you can just combo effects over and over and get some sort of extra bonus out of it. But in my opinion, the best possible application of Get Initiative is that it allows you to retain your initiative for the next lane. So let's suppose, hypothetical, let's suppose that in lane 2 you have one hero, and if your opponent has Phantom Assassin, and your Phantom Assassin casts coup de grace on your one hero, then the Phantom Assassin is going to go through, hit the tower, and win the game. So that's the situation in lane 2. All he has to do is take initiative, play coup de grace, and win the game. You're in lane 1. Your opponent instantly passes the turn and does nothing else. And you think to yourself, oh shoot. He just wasted his entire turn just so he could keep initiative so that he can kill my hero in lane 2 and win the game. You think, aha, but wait, I've got Kraken Shell. So you play whatever spells you want to play in your lane, whatever cards you want to play. Then once you're all done, you play Kraken Shell. The initiative comes back to you. You hit the coin to finish your turn. Then it goes back to the opponent, and they have an opportunity to cast spells. And then they probably will, because they've lost initiative, which is the whole point, and then they play all their spells. But at that point, it's too late. They've already lost initiative. It goes to lane 2. You have an opportunity to protect your hero or cast another card or whatever, kill Phantom Assassin or whatever the case, and save your lane. Get Initiative will allow you to steal your opponent's initiative both on this lane in order to cast more spells, or in the next lane if you just get initiative and then instantly pass. It allows you to end your turn how you want to end it, and it allows you to start the next turn how you want to start it. And my guess is that this will become the most powerful, useful effect of this spell, especially considering just how cheap it is. At 1 mana, it's so easy to just play your turn how you were going to play it anyways, and then after you play your massive spell, your massive creature, you just play Kraken Shell and you turn the tide of battle in your favor. What I like about this so much is it plays into Tidehunter's current theme already. He's sort of like an enabler, right? Tidehunter's not going to win you the game with 2 attack. He's just not strong enough. His premier spell is super weak. You're not going to win the game by casting Kraken Shell and getting +1 armor. But what his purpose is, what he does, is he helps the rest of your deck do its job, because he soaks up damage. He gives other creatures, other heroes, armor so that they can be tougher and more survivable, because clearly he doesn't need it because he's already so insanely tough. So what is he going to do with more armor? You know what I mean? And furthermore, he can help you keep initiative when you really need it and win the next lane. So he's almost like a support tank hero, right? He's there to stop damage, help other people do their job better and keep initiative on your side. So I'm really, really liking Tidehunter. Not because he's strong, not because he's weak, but because he's cool. He's unique. I love these super specialized niche heroes who do one or two things really, really unique and really, really specialized, because what that does is it enables really interesting decks that you just couldn't do without them. Crystal Maiden is another example. She's not all that strong on her own, but if you've got the right supporting cards, being able to just chain gun spells, especially now that we have initiative, right? Get initiative mechanic. Imagine Crystal Maiden with like a spell that's like, you know, 2 mana, deal some damage, and then get initiative. You could just chain gun that infinitely, as many times as you have the card, because she refunds the mana. Well, no, she only refunds the mana once, but you get the point. Nonetheless, you can do some sort of chain gunny spell effects with Crystal Maiden, and I'm hoping we can do some chain gunny spell card effects with Kraken Shell and Tidehunter as well. So I think this card is super, super cool. I think this card is lots and lots of fun, and I can't wait to try it out in a deck, man. He's just, oh, he's so different, right? This is what I love about this card, right? So with all other cards that we've seen, all other hero cards that we've seen, their stats have been kind of bracketed in this realm of normal numbers. So at the low end we have Crystal Maiden, and at the high end we have Axe, and that seemed like, you know, the lowest end and the highest end power scale in terms of stats. But then you've got way over here, you've got Tidehunter with his super wonky stats, insanely high health, and you're like, wait, what? Does that mean there's going to be a hero that's like 15 attack and 1 health? Or what if there's a hero that's like 5 attack, 10 armor, and 1 health? You know, are there going to be heroes like that? Because the fact that Tidehunter exists makes me think that, yeah, there might actually be. Clearly, Valve is willing to experiment with weird, bizarre, possibly even clunky cards that have, you know, really non-standard numbers, just because it allows you to do cool things that you normally couldn't do before. Yeah, man, they're clearly down with that. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make some weird freaking cards. So I'm hyped about this card. This is the most exciting card reveal I have ever seen, including all the PAX cards. In fact, I think I'm willing to say that at the moment, this is my favorite card. Both Tidehunter and the Premier Spell rolled into one. This is my favorite hero card by far, just because it's freaking weird, and I love that stuff, man. So let me know what you think down in the comments. What do you think about this card? This card's ridiculous. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you think it's strong? Get initiative. What do you think about the get initiative mechanic? Is it as strong as I think it is? Because I think it's pretty strong. I think it's an insanely useful effect, actually. So hit down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Dabacab out.